Hi everyone, it's me again. I know, 2 videos in one day. What is going on? So I received a lot of emails after this morning's video on the top 10 mistakes that I see romance writers making in their sex scenes in their books. So I had mentioned in the beginning that I was banned, my books were banned from Amazon. So I didn't mean to cause anyone to panic or to freak out like their books might be banned. So just wanted to clarify, 1, what happened with my books, 2, what I have seen happening with other romance authors out there, and 3, most importantly, is what you can do if this happens to you. Because Alexa Riley, who I mentioned in my video as like the #1 author writing these short story erotica romances, was actually removed from Amazon after I recorded that video. It was a total coincidence. So when the video went up today and I mentioned how great she was, people were looking for her and they noticed her books are gone from Amazon. So she has an amazing rock star solution. So we'll talk about that today as well, because I think that might work for you just in case that ever happens. And honestly, the likelihood of that happening is very low. However, it does seem to be happening more to indie romance authors with a very high heat level of a 4 or a 5 than it does to any other romance authors or genres or anything else out there. So first, let's just talk about me. I personally wasn't banned, so that's a little different. So if you as an author are banned, your whole author profile is gone, all of your books are gone. Usually the only thing that is up still is your Audible books. Why? I don't know. Audible has a contract where they will not take off your books for 7 years. So even if you wanted to unpublish them, you can't. So if you notice when you go into your Amazon profile for your author profile, you can unpublish your books whenever you feel like it. With Audible, you cannot. You are stuck for 7 years, or not stuck, however you look at it, and you cannot make any changes to unpublish that book until that 7-year period has been fulfilled. So what happened to me is I was shadow banned. So if you've been watching some of the Instagram influencers or been aware of some of the problems they've been having over the last year, they had what they called shadow banning, which means that their posts just weren't showing up, right? So same thing with Amazon. In the search engine, my books were no longer coming up in the search results, even if you typed out my exact name and the title of the book. So that's a shadow ban. But if you had the direct link to purchase that book, you could still find it. So that's specifically what happened to me. And I did zero marketing, like nothing, like no Facebook ads. I didn't have an online social media presence, nothing. People just kind of found the books through keywords. And once the shadow banning happened, my sales just went to 0. Like you couldn't find it because I had not shared any links with anybody to any of my books. So what I did is I just took all of the books down, because what was the point of leaving them up? Plus, if that was the trend going forward, then obviously that wasn't what I was going to keep writing in. And that's why when I switched over to writing contemporary romances this year, that's the main reason, because the erotica, you just couldn't find it. Now, I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to share a screen, and we're going to go through some of the other romance authors that I have seen where they were totally banned. So your first question is probably, how do I know if this has happened to one of my books or to another author's books? Well, you can go over here, and their buy link that directs you to their Amazon page will simply give you this error message. Now, there won't be any other information provided or an explanation, so you might do what I do, and you're going to say, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead, type it in, and search it for myself. Maybe the Amazon search function is broken or the link is bad. And you'll see that there is absolutely nothing here from Madison Faye at all. And again, no mention of her, no explanation. Most authors will post if they know that they are trying to work to get their books back up. This is from July 2nd from Madison Faye. Hopefully she is able to get her books reinstated. It looks like as of now there are no other updates. Now, a couple other authors that I've noticed this happen to, Lauren Lively, same thing. When I go here, I get the sorry, nothing happens in the search. Same thing with Ruth Ann Scott. You get the sorry page. Over here, Rye Hart, same thing. You get the sorry page. That's usually like the first indication that it's not going to work. That was Zoe bookwork. Now, again, I feel horrible for these authors. I really hope they get their books reinstated. If you cannot, though, I don't want you to think it's the end of the world because there are alternatives. So, for example, Jo Raven, her books were removed, and so she has given everyone an update because they are asking if they can purchase it on Kindle, and she said she has no idea because, again, I don't think they received any communication back. So what she's offering instead is she has different platforms. So you can buy her books on Smashwords, Barnes & Noble, iBooks, Kobo, Google Play, and you can just buy it directly from her, which is PayHip. It's just I guess basically a way for you to pay for the books and then have it delivered to you digitally. You can deliver any sort of digital download in this manner. So Jo also has where you can just buy the books directly from her on her site. So she'll list everything here, just like a normal author website for books. And instead of Kindle, it just says Kindle Files, meaning that you have to purchase it via PayHip. That's what you're looking at right here. And you can just go ahead and then download it from here. It looks like this one is free. Another one is Cassandra D. And I don't think Cassandra D uses PayHip. I think Cassandra uses a different tool because hers you don't have to buy. So with PayHip, you can only buy one download at a time. Cassandra, you can actually add a few to your cart and then do a checkout. So you could do view cart, and then you can just keep adding things to the cart. She has coupons, and then you could buy it all in one transaction instead of multiples. Another really great success story is Alexa Riley. And right after I posted this video, or after I recorded the video from earlier today, this post went up from Alexa Riley letting people know that her books were removed from Amazon. Same thing, she wasn't sure why. And I say she, but it's actually two authors make up the name Alexa Riley. And the only exception were the traditionally published books through Carina Press. Now, they did post some updates that they had a legal team working with Amazon. They even encouraged people to call Amazon's customer service. But it looks like they have an even better solution. Their books were not reinstated by Amazon, but instead they paired up with Entangled Publishing, another traditional publisher, and their books will be, it looks like, reinstated tomorrow. So this is a really great solution because, as you can see on their website for their blog, they are going to be able to distribute the books through, I guess, Entangled works with Macmillan, and they're also going to be able to do foreign rights and more audiobooks and gaming interests. So it sounds like a win-win overall for them. And, you know, again, if this happens to you, that could be something that could be a really great solution. Another solution you could think about as well. So the first solution was selling it on your site using PayHip or maybe using a shopping cart like Cassandra. A third option is Entangled Publishing, partnering with a traditional publisher. And then the fourth option is over here, you can find certain websites that will sell romance books. Now, this is Christy Webster, and her book was banned. And so in order to provide her book to readers, she created Eden Books, and she allows other authors to provide their books as well. It's by month. She has pre-orders. So I think she's done a really great job in trying to offer a lot of different romance options. So over here, it looks like she is not trying to ban anyone. Again, she is just letting people sell whatever they want on her site. So just to recap, first, my books were shadow banned. So I wasn't entirely banned from Amazon, just my books were no longer searchable in the actual Amazon SEO search bar. Now, second, the authors that I pointed out were romance authors because that's mostly what I follow. However, I have not heard of other genres or authors being targeted. It seems to be limited to indie romance authors with a very high heat level of, say, a 4 or a 5. If this should happen to you, the alternatives you have is, one, you could sell the books on your own website using whatever PayPal, PayHip, Shopify, anything anything else like that. The second option is to go with a traditional publisher, partner with them, and have them publish your books like Alexa Riley did. And the third option is to just go wide and just forget about Amazon. Now, I know that a lot of the authors said that they have legal teams working with Amazon to try to resolve this. I've actually never seen anyone successfully resolve this to get their books put back on Amazon. I'm not saying that can't happen, but historically, it seems that their decision is their final decision. It's kind of like on Facebook. I've had my ads accounts disabled. Like it says your ad account has been permanently disabled, and this is our final decision. Even with appeals, nobody has ever turned those ad accounts back on, and that's sometimes just what happens. Remember, it's not your platform. You are on a borrowed platform. So you are borrowing their traffic, you're borrowing their marketing, and this is just a risk that you run anytime you are on Instagram or even here on YouTube or anywhere else. So I hope this never happens to you, but if it does, it is not the end of the world. You can still go wide. You can sell on iBooks and Kobo and Smashwords and tons of other platforms, as well as your own site. All right, let me know if you have any questions below, and I hope everyone's having a fabulous start to their week. And remember, if you're learning about wanting to learn about how to write really great sex scenes, I do have a course coming up in October. So I will leave a link to sign up for that below. All right,